just need you, God. If I can just praise you a little bit more, God.
I just want to get everybody.
Come on.
Your little short butt can't get that good.
Breakthrough through your praise.
Your little short butt when
You tired of the devil beating on you? You begin to get what he can't be. Give God some praise.
Amen.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah. How many of you know we serve a worthy God today? Do you really understand how worthy he is today? Do you understand how he's going before us just to prepare the way for us, to make a way out of no way? See, some of us thought that, when they said those things about you, that was going to be the end. But God said that was just the beginning. I'm starting to do something new in your life. It might not look like you're going to make it through, but baby, wait till the end of the thing. If they knew what you would have been at the end. Oh, come on now. Somebody got to praise for God today. He ain't been too good for us just to sit idly by and not give him some praise this morning. Hallelujah. Then brought us through another week. Then brought us through another day. Devil been trying us on every hand. Oh, come on, not just one hand, but every hand. Even the hands that you ain't even got. He done tried you on them. But you made it. Somebody say, thank God I made it. If you standing before me right now, you can say, thank God I made it. I got my breakthrough. I ain't worried about what tomorrow may bring. God brought me to today. Hallelujah, hallelujah. Hey, man. I'm not going to be before you long, but I just think we ought to give God just a little glory. Amen. If we can give him just a little glory, I believe the sun will shine in our lives a little brighter. I believe we can tell the devil to go sit down somewhere. See, I want you to know that when you begin to give God praise, you begin to mash the gas. When you mash the gas, you begin to tell the devil to move and get out the way. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Come on and stand with me as we make our proclamation. I love this thing right here. I love it because we show God, Lord, you are just amazing. Come on, this is my Bible. I believe what my Bible says. I believe I can have all my Bible says I can have. I believe I can do all my Bible says I can do. I am more than a conqueror. I can do all things through Christ that strengthens me. With God, all things are possible. Because of God, nothing is impossible. Therefore, I am the blessed child of God. And therefore, I shall never, ever be broke or broken another day in my life. Because God loves the prosperity of his servants, and my best life is yet ahead of me. Oh, somebody give God a praise for it this morning. Somebody praise him for your best life that is coming, that is promised to you. It don't matter what it looks like right now. You may be broke, busted, and disgusted. You might be beat down. You might not even like the turnout right now. But you can look around and say, baby, it's all right. Because my best life is yet ahead of me. Somebody say it one more time. My best life is yet ahead of me. See, the devil don't even realize you might have me at a stumbling block right now, but devil, my best life is ahead of me. You might have tripped me up yesterday, but my best life is still ahead of me. You might have tried to cut me off at the path, but my best life is still ahead of me. Oh, somebody say better. It's getting better. It's getting better. Hallelujah. Thank you, Jesus. I'm going to calm down. Y'all sit down. Y'all sit down so I can calm down. But I'm going to let God have his way in here today. He has to. Because if God ain't having his way, we ain't having no way. If it ain't his way, it ain't no way. And that's all right with me. Hallelujah. I thank God. I need you to turn in your Bibles real quick for me this morning to Habakkuk Oh yeah. We're going to talk about the prophet Habakkuk a little bit. See, I know y'all have heard this thing preached several times in several different ways, but I want y'all to get a true understanding of what Habakkuk was doing when he did what he did, and when he said what he said, and what went on, amen? See, because a lot of times we think it's all about one specific thing, but how many of you know it ain't always what it look like? Oh, come on now. Some of you are living witness of that right now. It ain't what it look like. If people look at your life and where you come from, they would think you were nothing. But you can look at them and say, it ain't what it look like, baby. I'm just going through my metamorphosis right now. My change is about to come. My difference is being made.
All right.
God has already made a way out of no way. Somebody say, way out of no way. Yes. Habakkuk. See, what I like about Habakkuk, Habakkuk was real with God. And see, how many of you understand God likes you to be direct and to the point? You ain't got to beat around the bush with God. See, that's what's wrong with us today. We think we can beat around the bush, but you ain't got to beat around the bush with God. You can go directly to God and give him your complaint. And if you ain't got a complaint, you telling a lie.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Amen. All right.
Come on now. Because every day ain't always a day of Thanksgiving.
Right.
Every day ain't always a good day. Right. Every day ain't always the way I wanted to go. But don't you know, every day in Jesus, I know it's going to be all right. If I got God, if I got Jesus, I got more than enough.
All right. All right.
Hallelujah. Hallelujah.
I want to slow down a little bit because I need y'all to get the topic this morning. I need you to look to your neighbor and say, neighbor, stop tripping.
Stop tripping.
It's coming.
It's coming.
Now wait a minute, tell somebody else. Say, neighbor, stop tripping.
Stop tripping.
It's coming.
It's coming.
See, I want you to know we don't understand. We have little pity parties and we throw little tantrums before God when things ain't going our way. See, it's one thing when the baby throw a tantrum, but it's another thing when you 35 plus throwing a tantrum. Oh, come on now. Y'all know what we call it. When you ain't heard from God. When things ain't went your way. I'm going to go in my prayer closet. I'm going to go pray a little bit. But really what you're going to do is complain. You getting down and you finna complain to God. You get down when it's supposed to be your prayer closet. But you get down and you, Lord, help me. I know you ain't going to do what you said you're going to do. I've been waiting so long. It ain't here yet, and I ain't got but $7 in the bank.
That's right, pal.
What's going on, God? You said you'd take care of my... We complaining to God. Well, how many of you know God wants you to complain to him? It's better to complain to him than for you to complain to me, because what can I do?
That's right.
Come on now. I'm going to tell you to pray about it.
That's right.
But see, one thing about Habakkuk kept it real with God.
Yes, it did.
Habakkuk had some issues going on. See, what I want you to understand what Habakkuk is, Habakkuk began to question God about the unrighteousness that was going on. And when I say unrighteousness, he wanted to know, Lord, how is it that the people who are unrighteous are living such blessed lives?
All right.
How is it that we as the people of righteousness, your chosen people, we live a life of suffering? And then, to add insult to injury, you're going to send the unrighteous nation to judge us. But you know the sad part about it, people of God, is that the unrighteous judge us correctly. Because they're only judging us on what they see in us. They're only judging us in what they see us do. They only judge us in what they see us acting out.
Come on.
Oh, but are you acting out the things of God? Habakkuk asked a question. He wanted to know. See, this was a dialogue. When we read Habakkuk, it was a dialogue between him and God. He had a conversation. And in that conversation, Habakkuk wanted to know, God, why? I don't think it's fair that you let them be blessed and we suffer. I don't think it's right that they should judge us when we are trying hard to live right every day. But you got to ask yourself, how hard are you really trying to live right? See, there's a thing God began to answer it. See, the thing is, you got to realize is that when you begin to complain to God, or when you begin to question God, are you ready for the answer? Are you ready for what God is going to tell you? Because he's going to tell you the truth.
That's right.
Yes, he is.
Right.
See, we wasn't ready to hear that. You know, I gave you that king and he gave y'all a form of godliness, but y'all denied the power thereof. Come on, people of God, did you hear me? We have a form of godliness in the church today, and we deny the power thereof. How do I know that? Because we get beat down by so many things. We get put off by so many things in our lives. We get hindered by so many offsets. We let the little foxes begin to destroy our vines.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
They pick it clean.
Oh, my God.
And then you wonder, why are we the ones?
My Lord, my Lord.
See, you got to realize that if God is judging you, you better thank God. Because if he's judging you, he's disciplining you. And if he's disciplining you, he's getting you back in right standing, so he ain't got to walk away from you.
All right.
Oh, because if he walks away, you are most people are most miserable.
That's right.
Y'all ain't hearing me this morning.
My Lord.
I think I'm preaching better than y'all receiving this morning. See, I want you to understand that Habakkuk in this dialogue knew that the people in the southern kingdom of Judah, that he knew they wasn't living right. He knew that the thing that pleased God, they didn't fit the bill. See, we ask God for so many things. We ask God to work out so many things in our lives, but are you doing your part?
Come on.
Are you asking the question and waiting for an answer? Let's read this as we go a little farther. I need you to turn to Habakkuk chapter 2, starting at the first verse. And he says, I will stand upon the watch,
Yes.
and I will set upon the tower, and I will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what his answer will be.
Yes.
And when I am reproved, listen, we got to do like Habakkuk did. Habakkuk went searching for an answer. Have you ever searched for an answer from God? Have you ever really needed to hear from God? Well, you got to do what Habakkuk did. The word says Habakkuk got to a high place.
Yes, sir. Got above the world, son. You got above
He got to the high place. He began to seek out God.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
But see, in the process of seeking out God, it pleased God. See, why do we have to get away from the turmoil of the world? Why do I have to go to the high place? Why can't my secret closet just be enough? Because in my secret closet, I'm still listening to those familiar voices. I'm still listening to those familiar things that speak in my ear and talk the negative talk and walk the negative walk, but I can't break it to hear from God. I can't hear from God because I'm listening to the voices of what's familiar.
My Lord.
So when Habakkuk got to that high place, he got away.
Yes.
He got away from the turmoil
Come on.
of what Judah was doing. He got away from anybody pulling and tugging on him. He got away from everybody that wanted to ask him, well, why ain't God talking to us right now? He got away, so guess what? I don't have to hear you complaining. I want to hear from God.
Come on.
Because if I'm listening to your complaint, I got my own complaint. I ain't listening to hear from God.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Because I'm busy listening to complaints, hearing complaints. Y'all know if we lived a little better, we wouldn't have to complain half as much.
All right.
Oh, come on now. That's all it takes. Effort on our part to live right before God. Judah made half an effort. And God was pleased, but he wasn't satisfied.
Amen.
How many of you know your life is supposed to satisfy God? He got up into a high place, and you know the thing that I love the most about that is when he got to the high place, it pleased God. it satisfied God because he got away from everything else, and God told him, now that you've come to the high place, I'll meet you there.
All right.
You want to hear from God? You want God to meet you there? Get away.
Yeah.
Get away from everything that's in your ear. Tell babies to go sit down in a corner. Tell husbands, shh, I can't talk right now. I'm listening to hear from God. I got to get off this phone for a little while. I got to get off YouTube for a little while. I got to put it down, and I got to go to my high place. See, that high place elevates you above what your cares and concerns of this world is. And all you want to do is just hear from God. Lord, whatever you say to me in this hour, I'll be satisfied. Whatever you tell me to do, I'll do.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I hear you, sir.
Because I had to get away
Yes.
and go to my high place.
I hear you, sir. I hear you.
And the word says, and the Lord answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon the tablets, that he may run that readeth it. For the vision is yet for an appointed time,
Yes.
but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it shall surely come, and it will not tarry.
Yes.
You know, this is the part I like about this. When God's beginning to answer. When he answered, he gave Habakkuk some things to do. Don't you know that if God is speaking to you, he ain't just speaking to hear himself talk. He's giving you something to get busy doing. He's giving you not just busy work, but he's giving you life rendering work. He's giving you some stuff that's going to render your life great.
Right.
That's going to put you to a whole nother peninsula. He's going to make you greater than what you've ever had before.
Amen.
I think that when Habakkuk began to answer this question, when he told him to write it down, he told him to write it down for a reason. So you got to understand that when you begin to write down the vision that God has given to you, God didn't give you that vision for no reason at all.
Well,
He didn't give it to you just so it could sit idly by. And I know you wrote it down, and I know you can repeat it verbatim, word for word, but don't you know he wanted you to write it down so that you could refer back to it later.
right.
Why do I have to refer back to it later? See, because the vision that he gave you, can I make it plain for you? Brother, bring me a chair up front right quick. Bring a chair. I need y'all to see what I'm talking about.
Amen.
We got one. Now in this chair, is my promise. Sit in the chair, bro.
Amen.
My blessing. Now he has my blessing. My promise that God gave me is right here. Now see, God gave me that a long time ago. God gave me the blessing right here in 2012. Gave me the promise, and when he gave me the promise, you know what he did? He went all the way back to the auspices of time. He went back to the beginning, and he sat down, and then he said, let there be light. Let there be light. God went to the end of the thing and then went back to the beginning of the thing. But my blessing was standing right here the whole time. When God was here creating, he was saying, now, your blessing, your promise was written down, is right there waiting for you. I can't let you have it right now because you'll mess it up. I can't give it to you right now because you're going to have to go through a few more things before I can let it be in your hand. But I've already prepared your blessing. Can't nobody else obtain my blessing but me. Nobody has the code but me. It's not for anybody else but me. My blessing is right here. No matter who's around it, no matter who's sitting in it, no matter who's watching over it, they're doing it for me.
Come on.
Yes.
But God is still back here. over some 200,000 years ago, and he's still speaking this to come forth. And wait a minute, I wasn't born to 1968, but here my blessing is in 2012 and coming up to 2019, and it's written.
Come on.
It's written. Now all I need to do is lay hold on it.
Yeah.
When I lay hold on my blessing, now I'm standing in the middle of what was written, what was given, and what was promised. And ain't no devil in hell can stand in the way of it.
Amen.
See, you thought all those things was blocking your way. You thought when you was out there in addiction, that was the end. That was blocking your way. But that was preparing you for your grave. You thought that when that joker was taking you on them wild rides, lying to you, you thought that was the end. But God said, you just on your way. When you thought that was the job for you, and it didn't work out that way, God said that wasn't it. But I need you to hold on to your blessing.
Hallelujah.
It's written.
That's all right.
The promise is for you.
That's all
And
right.
it's for an expected time.
Yes,
Come
sir.
on.
And it won't tarry long.
Yeah.
But you got to wait. You got to wait.
High place.
But let me tell you something. See, he didn't mean wait in the sense that we sit down and let time go by. He was saying, wait, become a servant, become a doer of the word, become a captivator of my spirit, become a servant right now, become a worshiper of me. And when you wait on me, I'll bring it to pass for you.
All right. That's all right.
Come on. Your promise is right here.
Yeah.
It's written down. It's on a tablet. See, the reason why God wanted you to write it down, see, because sometimes when the devil comes to attack, you can refer back to it.
Yeah.
See, some of us are looking for some things in life.
Yeah.
Some of us need some things to happen. Write it down.
My Lord, my Lord, my Lord.
Some of us are looking for a husband. Some of us are looking for a wife. Write it down.
Write it down.
See, because when the bozo comes, or when that skank comes, you can have a reference point.
A reference point.
Wait a minute, hold on.
That's right.
I wrote this down. Let me see, I got a checklist.
Yeah.
6 feet tall.
In a high place.
Nice mustache.
I hear you, I hear you.
Joke work hard. But he ain't saved. He ain't Holy Ghost filled. You don't fit the bill, bro.
All right.
You can't get in. You blocked. Wait a minute. That's right. Blocks. Keep your vision intact. Don't let nothing take your vision. And your vision will be right here for you to reference right now. Don't you know your children going through? Write it in a vision. Write it down. What you expect God to do, write it down. What you need God to do, write it down. And begin to wait on it. Do waiting right. Wait the right way. Get busy. See, I ain't saying wait like this. I need you to wait like this. Is everything all right today, God? Did I serve you all right? Did you need anything else, Lord? Can I pray for? Look, wait on God. Lord, I thank you. I worship you, God. I praise you, God. I honor you, God. I'm waiting. Tray in hand. Tray in hand. See, but where's my blessing? Where's my promise? Still right here, waiting for me to catch up to it. It ain't going nowhere. Can't nobody take it from me, because God said it's for me. Now, in the process of all of that, as I wait for God, as I do what he needs me to do, as I do what he needs me to do, I can begin to know that no matter how the devil attacks, no matter how he tries to run the line, I can always refer back to my tablet where it's written. See, the reason why God wanted you to write it down, the reason why he told Habakkuk to write it down, because when it comes to pass, you can refer to it to make sure that's exactly what I said. He wanted you to write it down so that when the devil attacks you, you can know that it's already in the game plan. And the reason why he wanted you to write it down, because he knew in that midnight hour when all the lights are out, when your world becomes dark, you can still see your way through the fog. He knew that if you write it down, you had a focus point.
Amen.
I don't see you, but I see you. I ain't hearing you, but I hear you. Oh, God, it's right here in plain. You gave me the vision, and you said it was for an appointed time.
Yes, sir. In a high place where he could concentrate on what he right.
See, tarry means more than one thing. In the Hebrew, it can mean wait. To prolong. But then in the second part of that, it means to fulfill, to come to pass, to lay hold on. Now when we do it that way, God is pleased. Understand, when we complain and we question God, are you ready for God to answer you? Are you ready to hear what God has to say to you? Are you really ready? Do you really understand what your complaint really is? Habakkuk knew what his complaint was. And it seemed unfair. Sometimes our lives seem so unfair. Lord, why I gotta live right when she can sleep with whoever she wants to? Lord, why I gotta live right? He can do like he wanna do, and that seem like he suffers no consequences or repercussions. But as soon as I think about it, conviction comes.
Thank God for conviction.
But the word tells me, greater is he that is in me than he that is in this world. See, we can't be conformed by the ways of this world. But we're to be transformed by the renewing of our minds. When my mind becomes renewed, I can understand what was written on the tablet. When my mind becomes renewed, I can see the vision coming to pass in my life. When my mind becomes renewed, all things are made new. When my mind becomes new, when it's renewed, when I see those type of things, I don't have to worry about what's going on in the world today. I can hold on to what God is doing for me. Don't you know God will call you off to a separate place? There's a reason God separates us. There's a reason we're the called out ecclesia. There's a reason. Because see, God wants us to stay holy. He doesn't want us to be tainted by the world. That's another reason he wanted you to write it down. Because as it's written, verbatimly, you can go right back to it and say, God, listen, I know I got it wrote right here, but it just don't seem like it's happening. But God is saying, wait on it. It surely shall come. See, we can't get tired of waiting. You know, one thing I've learned on my job, love my job, love what I do. But you know, one thing I've learned is that sometimes it can become boring. It can become tedious doing the same thing. But then when I find myself doing busy things, my day go by, I get that happy, joy feeling again, you know, happy, joy, happy, joy. But I get that feeling because I'm staying busy while I'm waiting for that clock to strike 3:30. See, we got to get busy while we're waiting for the promise that's been written down on this tablet to come to pass. I got to get busy learning this word. I got to get busy living this word. I got to get busy praying for somebody else. I got to get busy loving somebody else. I got to get busy forgiving somebody else.
Yes, sir.
Right.
I got to get busy.
Amen.
I got to start serving.
That's right.
I got to start waiting.
Amen.
And don't be waiting expecting a tip either. Wait on the Lord.
That's right.
Be of good courage, and he shall strengthen your heart. See, we don't understand that God does it because he loves us. Sometimes it's meant for us to wait. tarry a little while so we don't destroy the vision, so we don't wreck it, and keep it wrote down so the devil can't bring in a lie and convince you it ain't what God said it is.
Amen.
But I'm here to tell you it's exactly what God says it
Yes,
is.
sir, Yes, sir, it is.
And it's going to be exactly what God
Yes,
said
sir. Yes, sir.
Keep it
it's going to be.
Amen.
We holler how real we want to keep it. How real can you keep it? Real is when the rubber meets the road and you want to give up. But he say, wait a minute. I can't let you go out like that. See, don't you know that's why you can't give up? Because the vision has not come to pass yet. God has put something in you that will make you pursue that vision. Yeah, it was times when you wanted to give up. It was times when you wanted to throw in the towel. It was times when you was like, wait a minute, this being saved thing ain't for me. But I just can't walk away from it. You can't walk away because God's vision ain't came to pass in your life yet. Because God has not answered you yet. And God says, my word shall not return void.
Amen.
I said it, and that settles it.
Preach.
So now that it's settled, not only in heaven, I got to settle it down here on earth. I got to make it come to pass in your life. So I don't care how you want to give up. Stand. Stand and see the salvation of the Lord. Stand and know that your breakthrough is on the way. Stand and know. I don't care how long. Stand and know that my latter will be greater than my former.
Yeah.
What's to come is better than what's been. My breakthrough, my new day, my sunshine, my bumper crop. Y'all ain't never heard of a bumper crop? See, that's that crop that grows on top of a crop, but you only planted one seed.
Come on.
Oh my God, somebody say bumper crop.
Bumper crop.
God getting ready to throw bumper crops in our way because he promised it to us. It has to happen. You ain't gonna understand why you so blessed. Wait a minute, where did that extra $10,000 in my bank account come from?
That's all
My
right.
bumper crop. Yeah, it works that way.
Yeah.
It just shows up. Favor is poured out upon you. God did not mean for you to walk in poverty, but prosperity is your middle name.
Come on.
That's all right.
Oh God, too.
I hear you, sir. Hallelujah.
Here's what you have to understand. Is that the vision is for an appointed time. It is not based on your circumstance, but what God spoke in your spirit. Not what you're going through, but what God is going to take you to. It's not based on your depression. It's not based, because some of us got some questions that need to be answered. Lord, why didn't I have a father? Lord, why did I go through that abuse in my life? Lord, why was I molested as a child? Why is all this happening to me, God? And we want answers.
Come on.
And God has said, just wait. It'll all be revealed by and by. Every answer you ever asked, every question you ever had, every thought you ever wondered about. God says it's for an expected end. All you got to do is wait. Don't give in. Don't give up. And don't break down. He says, he that waits on the Lord, he shall renew your strength. You shall mount up as on wings of eagles. You shall walk and not be weary. Come on, y'all. It's time for us to understand. It's time for us to run and not faint.
Amen.
It's time for us to do what God has called us to.
Yes,
The
sir.
better part of our lives.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Somebody say, my best life
My
My
best
best life.
is yet
Yeah.
ahead of me.
Ahead of
If you receive this, give God a praise.
Hallelujah. Hey. Thank you, Lord. Good word. Good word. Good word.
Father God, we just thank you right now, Lord.